Hey everybody, it's John from John Talk Sports, and today I'm going to be running over my WrestleMania 42 predictions with you guys. So I'm going to start from the bottom of the card, like the opening match, to the main event for both nights. So I'm going to start with Logan Paul, Austin Theory, and I Show Speed versus LA Knight and the Usos. So I just think it could go one of two ways. You either have like LA Knight drop speed with a BFT, and then Jay hits him with like an Uso splash, and they just argue over who gets the pin, and then Logan Paul like tags speed, and then rolls one of them up. But this is how I think it's gonna go. I think that the Usos are just gonna hit a 1D on speed, and then either Jimmy or Jay is gonna pin speed, and then they're just going to win the match that way. That's what I think. And the next one, we got Jacob Fatu versus Drew McIntyre in an unsanctioned match, which is like the closest thing to a death match that WWE will give you. And it's like the lights are dim and yeah. But it's going to be Fatu versus Drew McIntyre. This one could go either way. Like, both guys have a good case. Like, Drew should still have the title because of the contract thing. And then Jacob Fatu, I'm like not really watching their feud, to be honest. Like, I mean, it could go either way. Both guys like have a reason to go over, but I think it's going to be Fatu. And it's just cuz like for some reason it seems like Triple H doesn't like putting Drew over like a lot of the time. So I'm just going to go with Fatu on this one. We have the Fatal 4-Way Women's Tag Team title match with Lash Legend and Nia Jax, the Irresistible Forces, Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, Lyra Valkyria and Bayley, and what was supposed to be the Bella Twins, but there's just been like rumors coming out all day today that Nikki Bella injured her ankle a few weeks back, and they got Paige to come back to WWE to fill in for Nikki. So if that's the case, then Paige and Brie Bella automatically are gonna win this one, just because like they did it with the Hardys when they came back. They did it with Becky and Lyra last year, or it's just like they want a feel good moment for the person who's coming back at WrestleMania, or the team that's coming back at WrestleMania. So I think it's going to be Paige and Brie. They're going to win, and then they might drop it like the next night on Raw. And the next match we got is AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch. And this one could go either way because of the whole Becky Jessica Carr, she was cheated thing, and she needs, a comeback, I guess. Or like she needs the title back on her for some reason. And with AJ Lee, it's like she just got it at Elimination Chamber, so she could keep it for a bit and then maybe feud with the returning Paige later. Hopefully, that's what I want. But I think Becky's going over here because she has like more of an opportunity to be on TV more because AJ Lee's a part-timer. And then we could have a heel hold the belt, and then she could drop it to someone like a Bayley, and they could have a little feud. So that would be nice. And then next we have Gunther versus Seth Rollins. I think that they're going to put Seth over. It's his first match in 6 months. Gunther has a program with Rey Mysterio, like on the rise, like at Backlash, or whether you be doing it from Backlash to the summer, however long you want to run it. It seems like he's going to retire Rey Mysterio as well. That was originally scheduled for WrestleMania. So I think that you have Seth go over here, and then they don't really do much about it on the next Raw. Like, they don't do much about it on Monday. And you have Seth going over here. The next match, Liv Morgan versus Stephanie Vaquer. I think that Liv Morgan's going to win because she's just so popular. She's just so over. And I think that you just have to put the belt on her. Stephanie's reign could have been better, but they didn't really do much with her. Like, they put her in like so many matches with Raquel, and that feud just went on forever. And then there were just so many feuds in her title reign that felt like they were just like repetitive, and they would just go on and on and on and on. So I think that Liv's gonna win. You know, bring something not new, but like refresh the women's world title picture a bit more. And then you could have her drop it to even like a Lyra Valkyria. That would be nice. Or drop it to like you could do that Nikki Bella program that they were trying to do, but they couldn't do it because Liv was injured. Like there's a bunch you could do with the women's world title if you have Liv win it. And we're on to our main event. Randy Orton, and they included with Pat McAfee. I hope not. I hope that he RKO's Pat or punts Pat tonight on SmackDown, and sort of disassociates himself with him. But on the other hand, you could use Pat McAfee to sort of be a villain for Cody, like they are using, and then Cody's like the hero of the IWC, and he could do no wrong just because Pat's so infuriating and has just nothing to do with these guys' history. Yeah, so the match we're talking about is Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes for the WWE title. I think that Randy goes over because it's just like, as much as the fans don't like McAfee, everyone wants him to go on a little title reign before he goes, so I think that it's perfect if he wins it here. He could hold it until SummerSlam, drop it back to Cody, or drop it to someone new if like Oba Femi somehow ends up on SmackDown. You could drop it to him, or like a young hot star like a Dominic or an Oba or a Braun Breaker. Drop the title to them. And we move on to night 2, where we start off with Brock Lesnar versus Oba Femi. And this match is like the most anticipated match because it's the only one they really built correctly through this whole entire WrestleMania build. So, as much as it pains me to say this, I think Brock goes over in this match because Oba has won almost every interaction with Brock. Like the first time, he beat him in that interaction. The second time, beat him in that interaction. The third one was the contract brawl, so they were just brawling. And he cut a really good promo on Paul Heyman the other day on Raw. So I think that it should be Oba going over, but I feel like that signal of Oba always going over in all the segments, it should tell us that Brock's going to win, unfortunately. And then the next match, we got the Intercontinental Championship ladder match with Dragon Lee, Rusev, a returning Rey Mysterio, JD McDonough, Penta, and Javon Evans. This is going to be probably the most exciting match on the entire card. It's going to be so fun. I think Javon's going to win because he's just like, he's young, but he is over enough to have this title reign. And it could be really fun, and he could be doing open challenges like Penta and Carmelo Hayes have with their mid-card titles. And I really think that we could get a really enjoyable reign out of Javon Evans, and it's going to be really fun. So I think Javon goes over in that one. And then we have Trick Willie versus Sami Zayn. I think Trick Williams, he's like such a good talent. Like him, Javon, Oba, these guys are the future. And I think that Trick's such a talented guy. I think he's got to go over. He's been doing so great in the promos. Like, it's been one of the more enjoyable matches. It's been like one of the more enjoyable build-ups to a match. And I have Trick Williams going over. And then the next match, we have Rhea Ripley versus Jade Cargill. You could go either way because Rhea is so like popular. She's like the most popular wrestler in the world. I have Jade Cargill winning because I just think that the story is right there with Bianca Belair. Whenever Bianca comes back, it doesn't have to be SummerSlam, but like preferably for Bianca to win the title, it would be on a big stage like that. So I think Jade is going over in that one. And then the next match, we have Finn Balor versus Dominic Mysterio. I think that it's Finn Balor. Like, I think that it's Finn Balor just because he's brought the demon back. That's why I think that he needs to beat Dom. Also, he's just been like, he's gone through so much with the Judgment Day. He's gone through like so much terrible storylines and terrible booking. I think that he really deserves it. So, yeah, that's why I have Finn Balor going over. Then we have Roman Reigns versus CM Punk. This is the hardest to predict match because you could go either way. You could go like Punk has the title and he could drop it to Oba at like Backlash, or you could have Roman hold the title till SummerSlam and hopefully just I really want Oba Femi to have a world title by the summertime. I'm just really holding out for that. So I think that it's going to be Roman Reigns because like CM Punk has worked so much and he deserves a break. And he could come back with a new, more heelish persona. That would be nice. But yeah, just give CM Punk a break. Give him some time off. Because he's been working like a dog this year so far. And he's been a pretty good workhorse. And those are my WrestleMania predictions. I guess we'll come back and see how much I got right.